Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be talking about the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups, the Minor Arcana cards astrologically connected to the 3 Deacons of Pisces. Let's begin with the 8. I love the way that this sequence works, and I can't wait to share it with you. The 8 of Cups, as you can tell from this illustration, is all about leaving behind what no longer emotionally satisfies us. When it comes to the wheel of the year, this one represents that first 10 days of, or the first week, let's say, of Pisces. You know, right after Aquarius season ends, this is about February 21st to February 28th. So it is like actually a week because, 28 or 29, depending on if it's a leap year or not. But this card is all, like I said, all about leaving behind what no longer emotionally satisfies us. We can see the red of the character in the distance here. He's got this stick, which could very much be that passion that is moving us forward. Now, a lot of people see this, and this is one thing I learned when I first began, that you see the moon here. The moon's expression looks rather judgy, but the character is leaving while the moon is shining. So it could be, making sure that, you're not dealing with those negative people. You're not dealing with the opinions that might stop you from walking away. All of these cups in the background, all the chalices, they're all stacked neatly, which kind of reminds us, we don't have to burn bridges when we're walking away from what no longer fulfills us. It's walking away so we can find what does. 8 is the number of success and wealth. It's the number of strength or justice, depending on the deck we're working with. And of all the tarot cards, this is really the only 2 cards that are this way. Strength is usually the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is what we're working with right now. This is the Weiser Tarot, to be exact. And I'll put a link in the description below of, all the different ones that I have in this video. But, the energy there with strength or justice, that strength and justice they are interchangeable. Strength is all about, to me personally, finding that internal strength to perhaps leave what no longer fulfills us. Justice is about beginning to be fair to ourselves so life can start being fair to us. At least that's the way I see it. So when we find that strength within to leave behind all those unfair times, all those things that no longer serve us, then we find that ability, that strength to start living for ourselves, start finding that fairness and balance that we deserve. All the cups stacked up in the background, or the forefront, that's the background obviously, and this is the forefront, that shows that knowledge and wisdom we've accrued. We're not just walking away with no idea of what's awaiting us. We're walking away because we know what we want. We're ready to go after it. We're ready to find that success and wealth that comes with the energy of the 8. Paying attention to our dreams, the moon, subconscious. The moon of the major arcana is astrologically connected to Pisces as well. So this is the final step before we get to that beginning energy of Aries, the cardinal fire, the leader of the zodiac, when spring begins on the wheel. So leaving behind right now, taking that time to really decide what we want to walk away from so that we can find that joy to spring up and do something we want to do, what fulfills us. That's what this card is all about. The red of the shoes, the red of the coat. That's that passion coming forward. That's that taking that knowledge and wisdom and applying it to the next chapter, taking what we've learned in the past to give us the strength we need to start being fair to ourselves. Now, following the 8 of Cups in the sequence is the 9 of Cups, which could very much be, and I think it's true, the most positive card in the entire Minor Arcana. After all, this is the wish card of the tarot. This is reminding you that all of your wishes that you have are within your power to make come true, to make that wish, that dream a reality. Whereas 8 is the energy of success, wealth, and empowerment. 9 is the energy of all the numbers that have come before it, which makes it probably the most powerful number in numerology. All those cups we see here, we haven't just walked away from them. We've taken them with us, at least the knowledge and wisdom that we've accrued from it. All the good, all the bad, everything that we have learned is with us in the energy of the 9 of Cups, giving us the power and knowledge that we need to make our wishes come true in the here and now. Now, the collars on this one, we still have that red. See the red shoes? The red shoes. That passion is still very much there. The passion is on the arms. The passion is on the hat. And even that green there, that green shows, staying grounded, focused, learning from those experiences of the past so we can make our wishes a reality in the here and now. The yellow of the costume and everything, I see that as creativity and reminding us, you know, we can find that joy. We can create that joy when we take the knowledge and wisdom of the past and apply it to the chapter we're living now. Now, in the yearly sequence, this would be the second decan of Pisces. So we're looking at about March 1st to March 10th at the time of this video coming out. It's very much this energy. It gives you the power to make those wishes come true. But honestly, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. You possess the power to make your wishes a reality when you're willing to work for it. This guy knows his worth. This guy knows his worth. He knows this stuff that no longer fulfills him isn't worth his time. So he's walking away from it. He's taking those dreams and he's going to make them a reality in this card. And it shows that wisdom and knowledge that comes from all of these cups when we've taken the time to learn from them, when we stack them up neatly in our head and we're not letting the negative emotions bring us down or, you know, unfulfill us anymore. Then we have all of this cups, all this potential, all of this wisdom accrued in our lives to make our lives fulfilling and full just like we deserve. Fulfillment, happiness, joy, completion. That's what we get with the 10 of Cups, the completion of the suit of emotional happiness and fulfillment before we meet the members of the court. This is often seen as the card of the happy family, and you can tell that from the illustration right here because there's the mother, father, son, and daughter all enjoying this beautiful, fulfilling day that they have in their lives. So this energy there, you know, that's one aspect of it, the happy family, mother, father, son, and daughter, but that's one and only one aspect of that energy. A happy family can come from anything that fulfills you. After you've walked away from what doesn't, after you've learned from those experiences and found that power to make your wishes come true, you are in the power to create that happy family and find the fulfillment that you deserve. See all those cups that were right there? All those cups that were right there? Now they're in the sky. It's like I've utilized this information and now I'm beginning this chapter of my story that fulfills me and makes my heart sing. The red, the yellow has become even more vibrant in this illustration because the man is wearing the yellow with the red legs. The woman is wearing the red with the yellow dress. So you have that passion has helped create that joy and happiness that you deserve. So the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups, the first, second, and third decan of Pisces, you know, if this one was the one connected to March 1st to March 10th, this is the card right before Aries begins, March 11th to March 20th or so. So that energy there, you know, that fulfillment, when we start planting the seeds of what we want that next chapter to be, what we want to fulfill us, we begin having that ability to create it, to find that joy. The happiness, the fulfillment that we deserve is within our power to do it. So embrace that beautiful energy, embrace the fulfillment, find what fulfills you, what brings the happiness and the heart, makes the heart sing more than anything else. And you can have that version of your happy family, whatever it might be. My personal happy family is my husband and my cat. So, you know, it's different for everybody. And this says, you know, the sequence right here says you have the power to make that happen. You know, don't burn the bridges of the past. Walk away without hurting anybody's feelings. Take that wisdom and knowledge with you and gives you the power to make your wishes come true and find that fulfillment that you deserve. Pisces is a very, very, very intuitive sign. I think in the only two of the 12 zodiac signs are considered the most intuitive, and that's the cardinal water sign of Cancer and the mutable water sign of Pisces. So that energy there, when you've walked away from those negative emotions and you're not letting them like pull you under anymore, because you see the water's beside him. The ocean of emotion is not playing a part here. He's walked away from that negative emotion. He's found that wisdom, that knowledge. He's taken that knowledge and applied it so that he can find that joy and happiness he needs moving forward. All the backgrounds here, they're all that beautiful blue color. And that's why I love this deck, this Weiser Tarot, because the colors are just so pronounced in everything that you don't see in other decks. I'm fascinated with watercolor, and whoever the artist behind this deck is just like amazing with the watercolor and everything. But that blue with that little tiny little color of purple mixed in with all of them shows that strong intuition. That strong intuition that comes from leaving behind what no longer emotionally satisfies us so we can learn the wisdom it has to teach us, can give us the power to trust our intuitions to find the fulfillment we deserve. And that is the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups, the energy of Pisces, and probably the most positive little 3-card sequence of the Minor Arcana. Now, what I'd like to do is share 2 other illustrations with you about the 8, 9, and 10 of Cups. And, well, I guess I should apologize because I am way too obsessed with Deviant Moon Tarot and Patrick Valencia's work than I should be. This is the Deviant Moon Tarot, the borderless edition. There's really no deck in my collection, and well, you've seen a lot of them. I have probably at least over 100 tarot decks at this collection, at this point, and it's just there's something magical about this deck. It's something magical about his work. It's like no other. Take this illustration of the Eight of Cups. It's similar to that of this one right here. The red is still very much pronounced. The cups are still hooked up neatly. Rather stacked up. I apologize about that. But you can see the expression is different. They're not just walking away in this. They're saying, I don't want this anymore. And instead of all the cups here, all stacked up neatly and everything, there's one over here. Like, this no longer serves me. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cups over here, this no longer serves me. So I'm ready to focus on what does, what fulfills me, and walk away from what doesn't. So the red of the dress is still very much pronounced right here, saying, that passion, that enthusiasm, when the anger and the negativity and everything is gone, is ready to lead you forward. It's ready to find what fulfills you, to find that success and what you deserve with what makes your heart sing. The 9 of Cups, this is hands down probably the most wonderful illustration in the Deviant Moon Tarot. I remember when I first started working with this deck, I had this as the wallpaper on my phone for the longest time. And as I make this video right now, it's like, maybe I should go back to that because I remember how much I love this illustration. One really cool thing about Deviant Moon Tarot, I've probably mentioned this before, but if you didn't know, then there is an app online. It's in the Google Play Store, and it's most likely in the Apple Store as well. I mean, why wouldn't it be? And for $3.99, you can get this deck as an app on your phone. Now, I don't really trust apps when it comes to like tarot apps and stuff. I'd rather have the real thing, like get my hands on it and everything and draw the cards myself. But it's by Fool's Dog. Fool's Dog has a ton of different tarot decks to choose from. But what's really cool about like the Deviant Moon Tarot and all the ones Fool's Dog represents, or not represents, but actually creates and gives to us for such a simple, cheap amount of money, affordable, $4. Come on, that's really a good deal. But you can screenshot, take a picture of the screen on your phone when you've got a card like this up, and then you have this beautiful, perfect quality to make that picture your wallpaper on your phone. Yes. I mean, this is the wish card of the tarot. Just like, let's find that card again, this one, right here. This card is the same energy as this card. But how much cooler is this illustration? There's the guy sitting there in his red, in his passion, in his enthusiasm, rubbing a magic lamp and bringing this genie to life. And all of the cups around there, all the cups are there in the background of the 9 of Cups here too, but now they are all in play. As if to say, everything that you've learned, the things that fulfilled you, the things that didn't, are with you now to help you make your wish come true in the here and now. The emotion of emotion is behind the character saying, those negative emotions, they're not an issue right now. You've taken the time, you've learned from those experiences, you've spent a little time in solitude because the hermit energy of the 9, and you have that power, that knowledge, that wisdom you need to make your wishes come true in the here and now. I love this illustration. I love when it comes up for people because it's like, as much as we wish, who wouldn't wish for a fairy godmother or a magic genie? We find a lamp laying on the ground, we rub it, and out comes the one that can make 3 wishes come true for us. Who wouldn't want that to happen? But unfortunately, I don't think that's how life works. I don't want to say that's not exactly how life works because, it'd be awesome, and I wish it was true that a magic genie was somewhere to make those wishes come true. But at the end of the day, it's you. You are the one with the wisdom, the knowledge, the potential to make whatever wish you have come true when you've taken the time to learn from the past, when you apply that knowledge and wisdom from the things that no longer emotionally satisfy you to what does. And I just noticed I've used this deck 100,000 times at this point, probably. Every time I do a festival, every time I do a reading, I want to use this deck. I always have it on the table. But what I noticed just now that I've never noticed before, look over here in the corner. There is a gravestone. How cool is that? It's like this This is dead to me. This no longer serves me. I'm walking away from it. I'm learning from it. I'm applying that now knowledge and wisdom. And now I've become the magic genie of my life with the power to make my wishes and dreams come true. Now remember over here with those 3 cards, the blue, the purple energy that I had there, the purple and the blue are right there in that magic genie. That wisdom, the intuition, that strong, strong intuition that comes when our emotions are fulfilled and we feel complete and whole and we've taken the time to learn from the experience of the past. That's what gives us the power to trust our intuitions and make our wishes come true in the here and now. And that leads us to the fulfillment, the completion before we meet the minor arcana and the pages and the knights and the queens and the kings. We have the happy family, and they're weird. They've got like a wheel of a leg. You know, this little guy is absolutely adorable as a little robot with a tiny little what looks like a basketball or something. But you have that happy family again. You have that fulfillment, and all of those cups, those chalices are in a line on the top, just like they were right here with the 10 of cups. The same joy, the same happiness is found in this deck. The red there of his cloak, the yellow of the creativity, that purple of the woman's cloak or dress right there. All of that is there with us. We still have that energy here. The most positive I feel of the minor arcana sequence, that 8, 9, and 10 of cups shows leaving behind what no longer serves us and following our passion, learning from those experiences of our past that can help us make our passions, our ideas, our dreams a reality and have that fulfillment and that happy family that we deserve. So that is the Deviant Moon tarot version of the 8, 9, 10 of cups. And then last, but certainly not least, is still continuing my obsession with Patrick Valencia's work, 8, 9, and 10 of cups of the Trionfi Della Luna illustrated pips. If you have not seen this deck yet and you haven't gotten it yet, don't wait. It's mass market now. This is the mass market version. There's really not much of a difference between the original one that he created and the one US Games picked up and created mass market. Because, you know, the Trionfi Della Luna, it probably is the most beautiful version of a Marseille style tarot out there. You know, even the cards that are just like 5 sticks on a page, he took the time to add the flowers and everything to it. And it's incredible. I love this man's work. Okay, we start with the 8 of cups over here. Completely different illustration than we had with the, hold on, I have to get it again. 8 of cups of the Rider-Waite-Smith and the 8 of cups of the Deviant Moon tarot. The energy is a little bit different. We don't have the red cloak anymore. We have the purple, which just means, you know, purple is red and blue mixed together. So we have that passion and that knowledge have blended together, and now he knows where he's going to go. He's smelling the flowers of the new experience, the new life, the rain, the depression of the past is behind him, and he's got all those cups stacked up neatly. The 2 right here show that strong intuition he has to follow and lead where he wants to go next, to find that fulfillment and happiness that he deserves. Again, walking forward, away from what no longer serves him. 9 of cups. Now this illustration, I love this illustration. I actually had someone, when I first did an unboxing of this video, I had someone actually point this out. I wouldn't have recognized it or realized it myself, I guess. But this illustration, look at the 9 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 cups exist in the illustration. Where's the 9th one? Look at his face. Look at his stomach. That 9th one is in his stomach, because this kind of reminds us that too much of a good thing isn't necessarily a good thing. But that stomach and that eye on his stomach gives you another idea too. It's that idea and all of those cups in the past, all the things, you know, that we learned from those experiences in the past make us be able, or give us the ability to trust our guts, trust our intuitions, those gut feelings, to move forward. And this kind of energy, you know, again, it's not in the illustration of the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's not in the illustration of the Wish card and the Magic Genie of the 9 of Cups of the Deviant Moon Tarot. It's only here in this deck, and that's the beauty of having different decks to work with. And if you're like me, then you just want to keep sharing the Deviant Moon and Patrick Valencia universe, but here it is. All of those experiences of the past, all the wisdom, all the things that we've accrued that no longer serve us and we're walking away from are with us now, giving us that trusting of our internal feelings, our gut feelings, to make our wishes come true and find that happiness and joy in the future. This is the Happy Family card again, and again, mother, father, son, daughter. You have the 4 characters there that, you know, any version of a happy family is a happy family if it fulfills you. They are in that ocean of emotion. The other illustrations, they weren't in the water, but now they were in the water. It's like, this is a different illustration and a different deck than any other deck, because I noticed, like, here the water is kind of in the background. The water is, like, you know, not really playing a part. The emotions are not pulling us under, but we've taken the time to learn from those experiences of the past, and now we are in that ocean of emotion, fulfilling ourselves because we trusted ourselves to make our wishes come true in the present. And there's all those 10 cups right there at the top in that rainbow, showing that fulfillment and that happiness and joy that we can find in our lives when we leave behind what no longer emotionally satisfies us and trust our guts and our intuition to lead ourselves to the happiness and joy that we deserve. That's just 3 different, or I guess 9 cards of different illustrations of the same 3 cards. But I've done a couple of these videos so far, and well, you guys seem to enjoy them, so thank you for watching. I hope, like, you know, you do get a lot of fulfillment from this, and I hope you know that you are the one with your destiny in front of you. You are the one to make that destiny what you want it to be. When you leave behind what no longer emotionally satisfies you, when you take that knowledge and wisdom and apply it to the next chapter, you have the power to make your wishes come true. Whatever wish you want to come true, don't wait for that magic genie. Trust your gut, your intuition, that inner voice to make your life fulfilled and happiness. You deserve to. You deserve absolutely anything that you set your sights to. You deserve to be happy, my friends. Now, if you want a reading with any of these decks or any of the ones in my collection, then please feel free to comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website. All of that will be in the link in the description below. Another thing I will mention, my 3 card readings that I sell for $20 are they're about 30, anywhere from like 30 even on minutes. So that means like it's a half an hour of just, you know, me sharing that insight and empowerment with you. You know, you might get these 3 cards, you might get some other 3 cards, but you know, that's half an hour at least of just focusing on you and your happiness and joy. So if that is something that you're interested in, you know the way to contact me. And as always, I really want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you can focus on what fulfills you and makes you happy and leave behind whatever doesn't. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next one.